Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning back into my show, or welcome if this is your first time. I'm so excited to be here with everybody tonight. I am Cassidy, the Cardslinger, and I am here on my Psychic Connection for the next hour to read cards, talk about interesting things, hopefully, share some wisdom or something out there that could be interesting for whoever's listening. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. And I should say good morning, too, because I believe we have a fairly substantial audience of folks that it's tomorrow from where I'm at. So welcome. Thank you all for joining tonight. Lots of exciting stuff tonight, but I'm going to just start with the rules just in case you're new, or, rules are always a good refresher. So how tonight works, I'm going to be doing free 2-minute readings. If you'd like a little bit longer reading, we do have a donation option. It'll be floating around in the comments somewhere you can find. There's options for a 3-minute reading, a 5-minute reading, a mini reading, or a mega reading. The mini and mega readings aren't timed, so if you really want me to just dive into your question, the mini reading is good for one question, and then the mega reading is if you've got follow-up questions or a more complicated situation you'd like a bit more information and guidance on. So those options are available, and we are streaming on over 160 different platforms, which is amazing. And what that means is we're getting questions coming in from, I think it's like 8 to 10 of them. I should find out this information. But so we've got an excellent team in the back that's keeping track of the questions as they roll in, and we are going to answer them. I will be answering them in the order that they are showing up on my screen. If at any point you want to jump the line, the donation options will put you right at the front. So my no-fly zones, do not ask me tonight, please, about legal questions, medical questions, and that's including anything physical health related or pregnancy related. So no, how many babies will I have? No, will I have babies? No-fly zone for me tonight. And no general readings, which means what's coming up for me? How's my life going to go? Nope, give me a question. Give me something I can work with. And also no mediumship questions is my only other no-fly zone. We do have a number of fantastic mediums here on the platform, so if you'd like to connect with the folks on the other side, they can help you with that, but it is not my area of expertise. So yes, like I said, I'm Cassidy the Cardslinger. Thank you guys for tuning in here tonight. Exciting news today. Mercury has gone back direct. Yay. So that's exciting. Last week, if you tuned in, I was going on about how Mars had gone direct, and now Mercury has as well. So if I'm not mistaken, I think all personal planets have gone direct, I want to say for the first time since late October. So, there's a bit of a period there where I guess anytime you're transitioning from, say, not to say Mercury retrograde is mud on your face, but anytime you have mud on your face and you wash it off, it's not like you're immediately back to seeing things clearly. So even if you guys are hearing these transits are ending and there's big stuff that's going to shift, if you're not feeling it right away, don't worry. There's a couple of days of shift in time. So I do hope that with Mercury going back, we find, our electronics are working well. People can communicate a little bit better or more clearly. All those good things that are ruled by Mercury. So I think that's everything I had to say. Depending on where you're listening, if you do want to put a question in, you can head on over to our channel on YouTube. So you can just go to youtube.com and type in My Psychic Connection, and you'll find me, a floating head. We're also on Facebook and a few other places you can put in questions, but those are the two I know. So those are the ones I will go ahead and send you to. All right. I think that's a good enough intro. I'm excited to get started here, talking a million miles a minute. I am ready for my first question, please. Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Thank you for your question. Sabrina's question came in a minute ago. So not a minute, a couple minutes ago. So I'm thank you, Sabrina, for your question. She says, hello, will it be an instant love connection with the new man coming? Will things happen quickly for us? All right, let's take a look and see what I can see with this new man that you have in mind. Trying to get a sense of the connection between the two of you. Can you let me know, Sabrina, if you're here? Do you know this person already, or is this someone coming in that's brand new? But I'm going to lay my cards and see what kind of connection it looks like for the two of you. Cars are flying around. Here we go. Okay. Interesting. She says someone coming in brand new. Okay, because that makes a bit more sense, I should say, with the cards I have here, because it's I will say person is kind of coming across faceless at the moment. But will it be instant? I don't think you're going to feel it immediately. To be honest with you, it seems like, to me, I feel like you're the one being chased, or you're going to be the one being pursued. It doesn't look like you're the one necessarily after this individual. Honestly, how it starts is it kind of seems like they are putting in the work, the effort to court you, as they say. It's going to be kind of coming from that person's side. And to be honest, I feel like you might even miss it a little bit. So keep this in the back of your mind. If someone is interested in you and you're maybe not feeling it immediately, I do see that changing after a bit of persistence on the other person's side, and not in a creepy way. But I just want to say I'm not seeing our eyes lock and it was, history, that kind of thing. It seems to me like the start looks like this person is more interested in you than you are in them. You might have even overlooked them previously, or you're not really looking their way. And then I think things will start to develop from there. So thank you so much for your question. I do hope that was helpful. And I do appreciate this specific question. Now, specific questions are, and I've said this on my show before, so forgive me if you're tuning in and you've seen me before, but it really makes a difference for me to have a specific question, a context, and if you can, a little bit of information. It just really helps me orient my question and ask the cards a little more specifically and concretely what it is that you want to know, and then we can get you the information you're looking for. Especially with these shorter readings, the style of the show, it's nice to be able to kind of start with where you want to go. So with that, I'm ready for my next question, please. Haley. Hi, Haley. Thank you for your question. Haley says, hi. So currently trying to find my motivation again. It's sort of been a struggle for a little while. Why do you think I struggle with having little motivation? Will I overcome this? Thank you. That's a really beautiful question, Haley. Let's take a look. So I struggle with trying to find motivation. Why do you think I struggle with having little motivation? Will I overcome this? All right, great question. This motivation. Okay. Okay. Well, there's quite a lot going on here, but to me, I really want to point out your environment to you initially. And this could literally be your home, your physical environment, or it could be where you are physically located in, what city you're in, that kind of thing. The first card I have here says no place like home, and it's come up in the reverse. The other card I have here is TikTok. And to me, both of those feel like almost like a time pressure to do things, or putting some level of pressure on yourself that I just feel like it's almost like an analysis paralysis type of a feeling. But I want to say at the root of it, though, really does seem like your environment and your space. It's certainly not something you can't overcome, because also looking at the other tarot cards I have here, it just seems like I'm not in the right element. I'm not in a space where I'm excited to, do my work or to go and do things. I feel almost passionless. I really stuttered to say that because I don't want to say that. But it just seems like with this TikTok card here, it's like, are you trying to honor a path that you made previously as opposed to a path that would fit better for you now? Maybe think about that. I would say maybe think about that question. And anybody who as well can kind of relate to that. It's quite interesting that came up that way with the cards that were on my table, because I don't know if you guys remember, but last week I brought out my rather hilarious oracle deck, and I have 3 cards here that I cannot wait to share with you. But it's kind of a similar vein, and it's something that I did want to bring up and talk about tonight, because I wanted to lay some cards for can you give me something to talk about? Maybe someone who's listening is not putting a question in here, and something that person might need to hear, or just something that might be interesting. So I'm going to show you these cards. The first card, and it's the late night show, mature audience only. This card says, "You're so fucking fucked." All right, that's card one. The second card I have here is a former child star. And the third card I have here is half-priced hot wings. Ridiculous, right? But I think there's kind of a beautiful message in here when we're looking at, if you're feeling kind of, and it relates really well to the question you're asking, but if you're someone out there who is having a hard time with your motivation, or you just kind of feel disconnected from your path, like you're waking up and you feel like there's nothing around me that's bringing me joy in my life. And what I want to say too with this former child star card, it's like, that's where I'm saying it's kind of quite similar, because it's like, are you honoring a path that was made previously? The former child star, right? Are you just trying to relive a glory of a goal I set 5-10 years ago, even 6 months ago, and it no longer fits, right? So have you found yourself in a place that is a path that you maybe are not best on? And that's where half-price hot wings, I will say, come in. So in terms of guidance for anyone listening and surrounding that situation, the half-price hot wings, is there something quick, easy, cheap that you can look into that would bring a little bit of joy, excitement back into your life? Are you a reader? Even if you're someone who really likes to travel and you can't travel, can you do a small day trip? It just seems like, what can I weave back into my life that's a bite-sized, crispy half-price hot wing to sort of get out of this, man, I just don't feel like there's anything around me that's making me thrive, or I'm feeling a little bit in the slumps. So if you find that advice or that message relates to you, let me know if you're here in the comments. But it's I wasn't planning on bringing this up so early in the show, but it just, that was such a very similar message that came through for Haley's reading there. So anyways, hilarious cards. I appreciate them. So welcome to anybody who's tuning in. I am doing readings here tonight. So 2 minutes are free. Just type your question in, and I'm going to answer them in the order that they are brought in. So let me get back to shuffling my cards here, and I will be ready for my next question, please. Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Kelly is, I adore Kelly. Kelly says, "Hello, Cassidy. Love you, girl. Love you too. I managed to stay awake to see you. Bless your heart. Will I be moving soon? And if so, will I have help to move?" Excellent question, Kelly. Let's take a look at what my cards have to say. Thank you for staying awake. I appreciate you. It's the late night hour. All right. Will Kelly be moving soon? And if so, will she have help on her move? Let's see what the cards have to say here. Lovely Kelly. Will she be moving soon? Okay. Cool. Well, just kind of dipping into what's brought us here and what's surrounding this question. I have this 3 of Wands here in reverse. So to me, it feels like, it's maybe even been a little bit of time that you've already started looking for a new place, or this is almost, I would say, like a more matured feeling of, okay, it's time to go, but it's just really a matter of when at this point. Looking at where we're at right now, I have the 6 of Swords. And because you're not in here with the question, I'm moving today, to me, it feels like you're in a very active role, and I don't need to say to you, look more and, put more effort and more work into this. To me, it feels like I wouldn't be surprised if you've already packed a little bit, right? Like, it's like, I am ready to go. Just show me where. Looking at a couple of cards here, I'm not going to lie, it doesn't seem immediate. Not quite yet. To me, it's almost looking like the next 2 months or so seem a little bit stagnant, but it seems like the month after that. So where are we now? January, February, March, April, springtime. I would say, so where are we at? Sorry, January, February, March, April to May timeframe to me looks like a new contract, whether you're looking to buy a house or to sign a lease of some sort. At least by that point, I feel like the move is signed and underway. And yeah, there's people on my table to help as well. I'll just throw that in. So thank you so much, Kelly, for your question. I do really appreciate it. Moving is an exciting topic, and that's something I really enjoy using the cards for. And that's, I will say, if people are familiar with the tarot out there with that Tower card, she says, yes, you are correct. Okay, that's cool. Love you, Cassidy. Thank you so much for the reading. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for your question. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody. I'm seeing some names here that pop up that I've seen before. Everybody who continues to come back, you have my heart. Moving, the Tower card. Yes, that I would say was my first drastically positive experience a couple of times, in terms of moving, getting the apartment, getting, the move to happen when you really didn't think it was, or the competition was fierce. That Tower card is one of my big mover cards. So certainly, I don't need to say to the audience here, but no card is bad and no card is good. Depends on context and the question, which is why I like both. Excellent. So, yeah, I think I'm ready for my next question, please. Gemma. Hi, Gemma. Oh, Gemma, lovely to see you. Gemma says, hi, my daughter is a teaching assistant in a school, but hates working there. Oh, will she be successful in finding a job? Or will she be successful in finding a job in a different school? Thank you. Okay. So it sounds like she doesn't necessarily hate the work, but it's the environment. Oh, someone had said something like that earlier tonight. Will she be successful in finding a job at a different school? Let's look for Gemma's daughter. She'll be successful in finding a job at a different school. Okay. Yeah, you're not kidding when you're saying she hates it. Oh, it just seems... it seems like the wrong fit, really, in every sense of the word. And I don't know if there's been issues with, coworkers, or to me, it feels like the people aren't really that great. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some students. To me, it seems like the only good thing is maybe like the job itself, like the essence of the work. So when you said, she hates at the job, but she's looking for a job at another school, I feel like that career path has been a really good choice for her. And it's almost... I could see her saying to herself, if I don't change schools now, I don't want this to be the thing that makes me hate a job that I otherwise really enjoy. So I get it. Oh my gosh, the poor girl. So will she be successful in finding another job? Eventually, yes. But I want to say there's a fair bit of, and I don't know if she's either stuck in a contractual agreement or there's some weird way it works to transfer to a different district. I don't know what I'm really seeing here as a delay, but it's not showing up as immediate necessarily. I do think, though, let her know, I think there's contacts in her network that are really worth reaching out to help her with that transition, because I feel like it's going to be an inside situation where she finds another job. So that's really what I'm seeing. That fell. That's what I'm seeing for your daughter, my dear Gemma. Thank you so much for your question. And I do wish her good luck. There we go. See, okay, it's quite interesting with my, where did those cards go? With my, former child star chicken wings. It's been she says, thank you. You're welcome. It's been a very interesting, I did ask those cards for either some kind of theme or something to kind of bring up here tonight. And it's already been within the first couple of questions. Always very interesting. And guys, yes, they're doing a donation to the ASPCA. For every donation, $1 is going to the ASPCA. So I just wanted to make sure I said that, because that's so lovely. My Psychic Connection is amazing. Every month they choose a different charity to donate to. So I love working here. Yes, okay, with that, I'm ready for my next question, please. Audrey. Hi, Audrey. All right. Audrey asks, hi, my daughter who just turned 18 randomly applied for the Navy today. How will it transpire? Thanks. Oh, that's exciting. Okay. Let's take a look with that. Your daughter, Kara, she's the middle child. All right. Your 18-year-old daughter, Kara, has applied for the Navy. That's really exciting. Let's see what the cards have to show for sort of how that will go. Right. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Aw, that's really exciting. to me, this looks like something that I would say she's probably thought, where you're saying randomly applied, I wouldn't be so surprised if for her it wasn't particularly random. To me, it seems like that was not I'll just put my name down here on the line, but it's something that I think she's either given some thought to previously, or when she found this opportunity, it just seemed like a very good fit. So I want to say that it might be seated a little bit more deeply for her, as opposed to it just being a spur of the moment type of thing. With the Judgment card in reverse, where we're at right now, I wouldn't be surprised that either she doesn't hear for a little while, or there's a period of time that's, you submit your application and there's a processing time of however long, and it just seems like there's not too much movement in the short term. But then I have a few more queens that come up here. I have the Queen of Coins reversed, the Queen of Wands reversed, said yes and secretly did, but told me. Okay, lovely. So I've got two more queens, and I have the Lovers card here as well. So I don't know if she's either got a friend, or I think this is a path that could really bring her some excellent, really close friends in her life, and even potentially a love interest. Not always with the Lovers, but I can't help not see it. I do think this is something that she will pursue, and I think it would be really good for her. The fit seems great. I feel like it's a good environment for her to mature, and there's certain skills she's looking for that they'd be able to offer her. So that is what I see for her, my dear. And thank you so much for your question. I really wish her the best. That's a huge decision and very exciting. Anytime we either start out on a different career path, she says, dang, all ugh. Sorry. Yeah, it didn't honestly look pretty good for her. But when we're okay, that's something interesting too to look at when we're reading cards, is exactly whose perspective we're sort of looking from. And which is very useful technique when we're wanting to know how other people are feeling about us, or about something else, or what motivates people to do particular things, or why people have done things. Readings in general, but for me, the Cardslinger with cards, it's just an excellent tool to kind of get inside understanding what's going on for people a little bit more. But yeah, it's a neat power, shall we say. So I always enjoy questions that have anything to do with people's motivations, or where people find happiness, or anything like that. So yes, thank you for your question. I'm ready for my next one, please. Celtic Dragon, hey, lovely to see you. Thanks for coming. Celtic Dragon says, will I get a new home soon to get away from a lying, toxic landlord? Ooh, that's not a good situation. Let's take a look what the cards have to say about that. For the Celtic Dragon, do we see a new home coming in soon to get away from? Ooh, not a great situation. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. Yes. Fabulous. All right. So yeah, I mean, you're not kidding with your toxic landlord situation. And I don't know if that came as kind of a surprise, or like I didn't really see this necessarily coming from this individual. I feel a little bit. It also feels a little bit inconsistent. So I don't know if this toxic landlord is always right round the bend, as they say, or if it's been like sometimes it's okay to deal with, sometimes just ugh. But to me, I just feel like very almost displaced, or like I'm home and I'm not feeling watched or anything like that, but it's just not the correct environment. Looking into sort of the immediate future here, I've got Truth just came out today. Okay. Sorry to hear that. I feel like you do have honestly a little bit of a tiff, a bit of a conflict you're going to have to deal with before you get out of there, because I have the 5 of Wands upright, immediately followed by the 9 of Coins and the King of Cups upright. So to me, I do think you can find a new place fairly quickly, but I can't just say you're going to find a new place without kind of saying there's a bit of a scramble that goes on before that takes place. So prepare yourself for that, push through, and stay focused, because you definitely can find a new spot. It just, yeah, we gotta deal with this little bit of a small shit show first. But thank you so much for your question, Celtic Dragon. I do hope that's helpful, and I really wish you good luck. in finding a new place, because depending on where you're at, and I mean the market around where I live in a number of different areas can either be just very little inventory in price range. Anyways, we're not here to complain about the current that whole world. So with that, I'm ready for my next question, please. All right, Brolik. Hello. Brolik says, hi, anything for me, please, in regards to the career? Okay. It's a tad general, my dear, but I will see what the cards have to say, because you've at least given me a part of your life to look at. So let's take a look what information there is for Brolik on their career. Let's see here. All right. Neat. Okay. So, my dear, I don't know if where you find yourself with your work currently feels like, oh, I feel like the guards may be up a little bit. Like I'm not feeling fantastic here. Maybe you're starting to question your growth in not necessarily the field, but in the line of work that you're currently in. I just feel almost like I got a one wandering eye about maybe what else is out there. Is there something else I could do? Are you currently employed? Because it kind of seems to me either like offers being turned away or something like, I've just said like no a couple of times here. Kind of interesting though when we look at where things are going. I've got the Judgment card upright followed by the Ace of Cups. So that's why I'm kind of asking, like, if you either don't have a current employment situation or you're looking to change employment, Judgment is really one of those cards that can confirm finding a new job. I would say certainly in the field you're trained to work in. He says, I'm employed currently. Okay, well, I wouldn't honestly be surprised if you are you looking to change jobs? Because seriously, this looks like a different job or either a different role in your current job, because it's too big of a change from where I'm at here with this Two of Swords reversed, moving into this Judgment card upright. It seems like a very big shift from where we're at today with your career, looking to change. Okay, fabulous. I can continue to do that because it's going to pay off. And I don't know if you've already started the process. I just think there are better things out there for you. So thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it. And I'm wishing you good luck. That's also very exciting, finding a new job. I'm open to a new position too. Okay, excellent. Yeah, because that definitely seemed to shift from what was to what will be in the not too distant future for you. So that's also very exciting. So guys, yes, and let me know in the comments. Oh, also, what is it called? Emojis. If you have any emojis you want to send, or anything nice and pretty in the chat box. I love seeing hearts or I don't know what them kids use in their emojis today, but it's also really fun for my screen to light up. So if you have anything you want to pop in there, I'd love to see that. But yes, please be patient. I am definitely getting through the list. Every question that has been entered is put on a list. The team in the back, they are top notch, and they keep track of absolutely everything. But I'm getting through as quickly as I can. And if you do at any time want to jump the list, you can certainly head over to the donations. The 3 and 5 minute readings or the mini and mega, they all jump right to the front of the line. So that is open. And guys, make sure you check out our YouTube channel as well at My Psychic Connection. Because there's actually some really cool content that's coming up that's, I think, going to only be on the YouTube channel. So if you're not currently subscribed, you want to do that because it's really exciting. I don't know if it's been announced yet. And in case it's not, I'm not going to be the one to do it. But also, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I got that wrong last week, but tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Journey Ryan and Friends. So you guys can come and check that show out. It's always a good time. It's just a bunch of psychics hanging out, doing readings, and it's really fun. So make sure you guys are checking that out tomorrow night. And yes, there's people here that I know. Hi, thanks for showing up. Energy's here. And please do say hello, even if you don't have a question, and you're listening on somewhere that you can type in, come say hi. I'd love to meet everybody. It's good to know who's out there in the world that I'm chatting with. So with that, I'm ready for my next question, please. Awesome. Miss Sophia 25 asks, hello, may I please know when I will move home, please? Will I get the garden probably I'm longing for? I think I will say. So may I please know when I will move home? Well, let's take a look for Miss Sophia. Get a sense of when you will be moving. So when will Miss Sophia be moving? Oh. Okay. Well, my dear, if I'm kind of looking into what's behind this question, what we're talking about when we're posing it, first card I have kind of to represent what's brought us here, we have the Hangman upright. So if you feel rather stuck, and not to just read that as plainly as it is, but really it feels like it's situated here beside the Seven of Cups reversed. I feel almost like at the moment, it feels like there's either not a lot of options, either within your price range or what you're looking for. And I just feel a little bit like I've outgrown the space that I'm in, or it's just not, I don't feel like I'm really thriving with where I'm currently at. So I feel like you're actively looking, which I really wouldn't be surprised if you are, but you just haven't really been able to find anything just yet. So again, I do actually see a new contract coming in. So whether you're looking to purchase a home or to sign a lease for a home, both of that is represented by the cards I have on my table here for the fairly near future. Okay. I just want to say you'll find that garden. You'll find that garden. Springtime doesn't seem to me like too bad of a timeline. I'm kind of getting something within like the 4 to 7 months time frame, if I had to put a time on it. But look at these cards with the garden. You will find that garden. So keep looking, and you don't need to sacrifice what you're looking for too much. Yes. Oh, hey, Rebecca. I hear we may have a donation floating around. And please, if you do want to donate and jump the line, if you can hop in here and put your question in first, then the people in the back will have it queued up so that when you make your donation, we will get your question put up immediately. I did forget to say that earlier. So please, as soon as you have a question. Sophia says, thank you so much. You are very welcome. Thank you. And really good luck to you. You know how that feels when you got a place that's just, it's maybe not bad, or maybe it is bad in certain situations, but it's just not quite right. And then just, it gets easy to focus on the thing we're really wanting, especially if it's something like a garden, or, where I'm currently staying, I don't have necessarily a large enough closet. It's easy to kind of look at those things and pinpoint what we're looking for moving forward. But I'll just throw that out here in terms of anytime you're looking to make a decision, whether you are looking to buy a house, to rent a place, to change jobs, it is kind of easy to focus in on those things that are maybe missing from where we're at. And you almost forget the great things about what you have, and you may take them for granted. So anytime anyone here who's looking to bring something new into their life, new job, new house, whatever it is, something wonderful, I highly recommend taking equal note of what is missing from where you're currently at and what you have that's great from where you're at. And then, you can see if you're willing to sacrifice any of those things. They maybe don't matter, or maybe they're, equally important. And you need to make sure that the whole list only grows. So anyways, I am ready for my next question, please. Guys, we have a donation for a 3-minute reading. Yay! That's so exciting. Thank you so much for your donation. It makes me so happy. It really helps the show. And you know, all good things, all good things. Audrey, hey, Audrey's back. Hey, girl. Audrey says, would love to hear your take on us moving. We have until July to move out of my house. All right, Audrey, let's take a look at that. And let me know if you currently have anything lined up, or if you're just, you know, you're at the moment, you just know you need to leave, and we're a clean slate. So let's take a look at, they have until July to move out of their house. So let's take a look from Audrey's situation. All right. And Audrey says, no, we don't. LOL. Okay. No worries. She says stressed. I get that. I understand that 100%. And I can see that here as well. Okay. And it almost looks like it came either as a bit of a surprise, or there's some level of urgency that just seemed to have arisen surrounding this situation. And it's like, okay, I know we have until July, but I almost feel like looking at that timeline feels quite small. And here's how I think this is going to go down. And I'm not saying this to add to your stress, but I'm saying it honestly for the opposite reason. To me, it looks like the uncertainty is really going to continue for a little while. With this moon card, it seems like we're calling places, we're looking, we're not finding what we're looking for. And then it might almost even go a bit flat, dormant for a minute. And it looks like, not totally feeling like all hope is lost, but as that clock keeps ticking, it's like, wow, okay, you know, every day it's getting a little more stressful. But I want you to know that the period I'm seeing between now and finding that place before you're out, I do see it being a little bit like rather uncertain, I'll say, and then a little bit of time where it's like people aren't getting back to us and we don't think we're finding the right thing that we're looking for. Do I think you're going to find a new place before you need to go? I do. I honestly do. But it's not going to be without, man, I do think you might have to find somewhere that's either not perfect for the short term to move into, just in order to find somewhere that works. Because it seems like either the area you're looking in, I just feel quite limited with my options here. And because there's this timeline on it that I need to be respectful of, perhaps more than what I'm really willing to look for. But what I will say though, okay, what do we got? January, February, March. The March-April timeframe, to me, really feels like we found something that works. It might not be perfect, but I feel like it's going to feel... Are you considering moving? Are you zooming out a little bit? Because to me, it feels like initially where you're wanting to go, we're zooming out a bit more from where I initially thought. She says another state. That seems probable. If you're considering that, I don't think that's a bad option. You might find more of what you're looking for. I feel like the zoom out will be fairly respected in terms of your search. She says, I am, my partner is not. I'm so sorry to hear that. That definitely makes it stressful and challenging, but I think the opportunities will be better. Yeah, don't throw that totally out the window yet. I feel like your partner needs to, or, you know, I won't say what other people need to do for sure, but thank you so much for your question, my dear. I really appreciate it. And I really wish you good luck. Man, I hate those situations, not necessarily that situation, but times where it's like, despite my best efforts, despite me like really looking, pushing for something, she says, okay, thanks. It will work out. It certainly will. You know, just there are times when, man, there's only so much we can do before we just either have to make some type of decision quickly, or, well, not in this case. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. But yes, so I will say donation link will be open for just a little bit longer. So if you want to make sure that your question gets in tonight, you can use that link. And we are taking all of the questions in the order that they came in. So if I haven't quite got to you yet, they are itemized beautifully in the moment that they came in, and that is the order I will be getting to them in. And then if you want to jump the line, the donation link is available. So I am ready for my next question, please. Amber. Hi, Amber. Amber says, will I go to RN school? And Amber, if you're here, do you want to just confirm for me that's registered nursing, just in case there's a different RN? Let's see if it looks how it looks for Amber. Will Amber go to RN school? Amber go to RN school. Dang. Okay, well, if it is registered nursing school, that seems like a really great fit for you. Wow, I feel when I'm looking at your situation here, I feel almost, I haven't, necessarily registered, put the money down and taken my first class, but I really feel quite committed to this path already. When I'm looking at it, to me, it seems like this is something I've been looking at for a while. It's almost like it's a path I know that I have wanted. It doesn't seem out of left field, out of character. In fact, all of the opposites. Like, this seems like such a great job. These cards are so beautiful on my table. I have the Ace of Coins upright, the Two of Wands upright, the Two of Cups upright, and Temperance card. All of these beautiful, very, very positive upright cards. And of course, at any point, you can choose to or to not. So I don't necessarily read particularly on what will I do, because at any point, everybody has the option to do something or not to do something. But what I will say is, if you do choose to pursue this, I think you'll have really excellent friendships, relationship opportunities, and just a job that fits for you really quite well. Something that just, you're impassioned by, and it will continue to serve you for a long time. I think that's a career you could absolutely thrive in. So thank you so much for your question, and I really wish you good luck, because that's exciting. When you look into a path, and that's really, as I was kind of explaining there a little bit, when I'm looking at where, what will I do or what should I do, it's really helpful to kind of see either different paths, different options, or just looking at, if I were to do this thing, how would it go? And when I see cards like that, they are positive. They look wonderful. Man, you don't get that a lot. And that's not to say too, always when we're doing readings and we don't necessarily have time to go into something super in depth, it's not like I'm going to pick up on any little challenges or bumps along the road, but it's kind of looking at that zoomed out overall energy of something where it's like, man, even if there is stuff that's challenging, it's going to be so worth it. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. And with that, I'll just as well mention, if you go to mypsychicconnection.com, all of the readers from this platform are available for private sessions. So if you've got a question that you'd like some more information on, or you'd like a private reading at some point when we're not here, doing our shows, you can find everybody over on mypsychicconnection.com. And yeah, please make sure you check out the YouTube, because believe me when I say, very, very cool things to come. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm ready for my next question, please. Annie. Hi, Annie. Annie says, will I travel this year? All right, let's take a look at that for Annie. So Annie, if you heard what I just said there with that last one, when I look at will I do something, keep in mind, I do respect the power of an individual's will, but I'm happy to take a look at the likelihood of traveling in your year for 2023. How does it look for Annie? Opportunity to travel this year. All right, my dear. So I don't know if you haven't been able to travel recently, or to me, I feel like this is a deeper question than, will I get to go on a vacation type of a thing. To me, it feels like I'm almost either restricted, or I just feel a deep sense of either loss. I think would be right. But either trapped isn't quite the word, because I don't feel like you necessarily feel all the way completely stuck, but it's like it's really weighing on you, the fact that you haven't been able to travel, or at least in the capacity that you would have liked to previously. To be honest, I think there is an opportunity for you to be able to travel, but it's not presenting itself to me like that path is just the easiest one. It does look like there's going to be some hurdles to get over, and I don't know if it's in either a documentation sense or a mobility sense or logistics, I think is maybe more the right word, of figuring out exactly how I'm going to make this thing happen. But I feel like it's not something that can't be overcome, because I do have the 9 of coins here of this rather stagnant, challenging energy laying before us. Can it be changed? And I really do think it can be. So I do want to thank you for your question, and I do hope that that was helpful. And thanks to everybody who has given a question here tonight, because it is, I do appreciate the fact that you are trusting me with these areas of your life and these questions you're bringing forward. It matters. So I appreciate every one of you for being here. With that, I'm ready for my next question, please. People in the back, they are just exceptional. Denise says, will I be traveling soon for family deaths? I don't necessarily say this one out loud, but I don't dabble anywhere in the transition points of life. So I didn't talk, I did say I don't do the pregnancy ones. I don't do any level of death predictions. Denise, if you're still here and you want to let me know that, I wouldn't mind saying, will you be traveling? But if there's any level of, is someone going to pass, that's a no-fly zone. So if you want to let me know, we'll go ahead and put you back on the list with your question. So I hope I can get back around to that with a little more information. So I'm ready for my next question, please. Pamela. Hi, Pamela. Pamela says, cute picture. Pamela says, I've been dealing with a lot of stress lately. Will things get better soon? All right, Pamela, let's take a look. What the cards have to say for Pamela. Okay. All right, so Pamela. Yeah, okay, I can certainly feel, I can certainly see a level of, man, if you just got, man, I feel like I'm pulled in 3,000 different directions tapping into what's going on for you. Feeling like there's really not enough hours in the day. It's hard to show up for everything in the capacity you need to. I feel like it's just kind of turned the best parts of yourself sort of on its head, where I just feel, man, I can't be exactly what I'd like to be, because just there's way too much really on my plate. When I'm looking at will things get better soon, if you're trying to handle something alone, if there's something you're trying to navigate with either your own wisdom or the strength of your own back, I want to say there's a real push from these cards to say, I do think things are naturally going to get better, but it comes with the caveat of letting people in to help, seeking the help that you need, or getting the guidance from other people, whether it's physical or, a therapist or something of that nature. I feel like having somebody else involved can really help. If you disperse some of these things that you have on your plate to other people. Because to me, look at these cards. I have the Hermit reverse going into the 6 of coins. So that's definitely showing an improvement, but it's saying it can't be done all the way alone. So yeah, certainly if you can seek help wherever you can, I would highly recommend to do so. So thank you very much for your question. Yeah, I mean, it's the beginning of the year. It's an interesting month, January, because there's so much of this resolution stuff. This, what are my goals for the year? But not everybody feels it, and it can be an absolutely different time for everybody. So I'll say this at any point of the year. It doesn't matter the day, but really take what you need. If the world is going to the gym and you need to be on the couch, you do that. If the world is on the couch and you need to go to the gym, do that. It's not always as simple as that, right? But just I don't know. I feel like there's a lot out there that pushes, this is an opportune time for this thing, which can be great, but at the same time, is just because it's an opportune time, is it, you know, is it the best fit for me? Hey, kind of back to the cards of the evening with my little chicken wings and my childhood star. That deck is a good time. All right. I'm ready for my next question, please. All right, Algina. Hi. She says, hi, beautiful. Oh, hello. Thank you. Hi, beautiful. Will I stay in my current marriage or new serious relationship is coming for me? All right. Let's take a look at that. And if you're here, my dear, where you're asking new serious relationship coming for me, I'll just take a look at it as you've put it. But if there's someone in particular you want me to look at, I will do that. But let's take a look at how things look for your current marriage, as opposed to a different relationship for you. Okay. All right. And then if we see something else. Okay, my dear. Well, and again, I'm not going to just sort of push. She says, thank you so much. You're welcome. To me, I feel like in your current relationship, I feel like some days things are great and we feel like we're on the right page. And then the next day things are just really not a good fit. And then we kind of make up and we figure things out and then we fight, or I feel restricted in what I can do, or the communication's not great. I think all of the above. I wouldn't almost be surprised even if there's been not like bullied, but like harsh words, or I feel like I'm not fully supported in my marriage, at least consistently. If I were to sum it up, it feels like rather inconsistent. I feel like when it's good, it's quite good, but when it's not good, it's quite challenging. There's either a lot of fighting, arguments, disagreement, thing like that. If I'm looking at, do I think someone else could come in? There might be I could see a good opportunity there for someone to suit you better, is what I want to say. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my dear, and I really wish you all the best and good luck to you. Because that's, it's come up a couple times tonight. I'll just throw it in here one more time. It's certainly what I feel the power of the cards is understanding what outcomes will arise from our decisions, as opposed to, she says hearts. Oh, hearts. Thank you. If I were to do this thing as opposed to that thing, because you could ask any level of question, but at the end of the day, if you choose to do something or not to do something, it kind of puts us back in the, I know it's overused and I don't even want to say it, but it puts us back in the driver's seat of our own life, where, at least I kind of understand how things are going to go. And because nothing is black and white. There's very rarely times in my readings when I'm looking at two options. It does happen. Sometimes it's like, what are you still doing in option A? Get your butt to option B. But most of the time, like anything in life, I need to sacrifice a little bit here for this thing. And it's just a matter of weighing out, those questions of what I really want my life to look like. What do I want to achieve? What are my goals? Who do I want to surround myself with? These are great questions to ask ourselves all the time. All right. I'm ready for my next question, please. Fortune. All right. Fortune says, will things change from me? There is a lot going on. Okay. Well, despite that being a fairly general question, I would like to tackle it, because I think what I want to take a look at is I want to see a general sense of where things were and where things are going. And then I think I'll get a clearer sense of, does it look consistent? Does it not look consistent? So let's take a look at that for Fortune. Do we see things changing in their situation? Yeah. And it's not overnight, but I certainly do see it taking a shift. And where you say there's a lot going on, wondering if things can change, I feel fairly restricted, constricted. I feel a little bit, I would say, stuck, or I was going to say stuck or unable to move, but aren't those the same things? Kind of with where you're at and what's kind of been previously, right? So I'm trying to see, am I seeing a progression of shift in the cards? And I genuinely am, because I'm going from the Eight of Swords through the King of Swords, and then I've got the Star reversed, moving into the Three of Cups. So what I want to say when you're asking, are things going to change? With that King of Swords, it's certainly not a sit back and let things change for me type of energy, but it's using your mental capacities, right? Planning things out, using whoever is in your network, that level of communication, anything that you can do to change your situation. Because I feel like going from that Eight of Swords moment before we get to the Star, it's going to not be without your effort. That I really see things changing. So I do see it happening, darling. Go grab it. go make that happen for yourself. So thank you very much for your question. I do really appreciate it. And guys, remember, in case you missed me saying it before, tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time, we have Journey Ryan and Friends, which is just such a great show. It's got a bunch of psychics. Everybody's together doing readings, laughing, having a great time. So yeah, that's tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And it goes for at least 2 hours, typically. Sometimes even quite a bit more if the party is really hopping. So that's awesome. And as well, check everybody out on mypsychicconnection.com. You can get a private reading with any of the readers you see here. And they're available to take your calls when we're not here on the show. Of course, I can't take calls while we're on the show. And do check out our YouTube channel. Go over to YouTube, type in My Psychic Connection, and make sure you're subscribed to all of the really cool things that we have coming up. All right, I think I maybe have time for one more quick question. Katie, awesome. Hi, my darling. Kay says, hey, lovely. How are you? Hope you're doing okay. My question is, what do you see coming up in regards to my daughter's paperwork? We have one lot through, just waiting on the next part. Oh, I hope that was coming through. Okay, we have one lot through, just waiting on the next part. This is the educational health care plan. Thank you so much, lovely. Appreciate you. All right, my dear. Thank you for your question. Let's take a look. What do we see? The question is, do you see coming up in regards to your daughter's paperwork? All right, let's take a look at this. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look. All right. So yeah, that does make sense when you're saying it. There's sort of been a portion, but it hasn't completely been delivered, because in the past I've got this Two of Cups reversed, so it feels like the full transaction, and it's medical situation, but the full transaction hasn't been completed. With where you're at now, I don't know if they've just kind of like either dropped off the map, or the communication you're getting is either sporadic or contradictory, or I was told this thing and now I'm either not getting a clear response, or the response I'm getting is like bullshit. Like I feel like they're so uncommittal to helping. Can you even get through to these people? Maybe there's no one that you can contact, because I feel like with where we're at right now, with this Fool reversed and the Moon reversed, it's like, I just want to say from the outside, it does feel that they're not particularly the most competently handling this situation, which is really too bad. Where I'm looking at kind of the next couple months and a little while, it does still seems a little bit delayed, but so this is end of February. I think there might be a bit of movement. Either the next part comes in, something happens, but I don't feel like it's wrapping up nearly as quickly as it should. Oh, I'm so sorry, my dear. I hope that's helpful, and I hope that she can get that done as quickly as possible. She says, yes, this is what I'm picking up as well, the same as you. Dang. It's this isn't the first time but that I've happened in a reading, but sometimes I just want to reach through my screen at some of the people that I hear about and just upside the head. But with that, we've reached the end of my hour, guys. It's been so much fun. Thank every single one of you for spending your time with me here tonight. It's been an absolute blast. And I appreciate everybody who continues to come back, or if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, friend us on Facebook, and you can stay up to date with all of the amazing shows. There's shows every night of the week, Monday to Friday, lots of them. So make sure you're tuning in, all that good stuff. I guess I'll wish everybody a wonderful rest of your evening or morning or day, wherever you're listening. And I am Cassidy the Cardslinger, signing off on my Psychic Connection. So thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.